Hi friends, today is day 2 of 30 tips for you guys. I don't know why I said 30 because I wanted to say 25 because it's the day until Christmas, but hey, now we're here. But yeah, for today I want to talk about sharpening and what I do to make my images look better on Instagram. So let's jump into my Photoshop, and I'm not gonna be cutting this video. This video is gonna be straight out of the box, like no editing. I'm gonna just put the intro that you've seen, and yeah, I just gonna do the tip and it's the video. Okay, so I have here today's post. This was my image for today over on my Instagram. Let me just take these out so I can show you what I do. So I edit everything normally. I don't really like do anything special to make it it looks better that way. There's no secret. Honestly, there's no secret. But yeah, I edited everything like I wanted to, and then I create a new layer with everything in it. So that would be Control Shift Alt E, and then it creates a new layer. And I would go into either Camera Raw or you can go with Smart Sharpening. So I'm gonna go with Smart Sharpen now, just because it's easier for you guys, I guess. And then you just like reduce. Wait a minute. No, let's go with Camera Raw because there's more options, and then if you want to know and to use less things, that's easier, right? Yeah, that's the smartest way. Okay, let's go with Camera Raw, and under the Camera Raw tools that you have to use, you have details, right? And what I usually do, Jesus Christ, that was a big zoom. Usually I go here with the noise reduction, and I do like 30 to 34%, and that makes it look like it doesn't have any texture, right? And then I turn the detail up a little bit. I turn my sharpening, and if you press Alt while you slide the radius, you can see actually what's going to be sharpened or not. And the same thing for the detail, how much detail you're going to have. And if you want to mask it to a specific area, that's my other tip. Mask it to the highlights and to the main focus of your image. Because if you mask it right, you can push it further, and that makes your image pop a little bit more. You can do the same thing, just press Alt to see like the contrast and the level of detail you're adding or taking out of your image. Like if it's you can clearly see like this has a lot of detail, this doesn't have a lot of detail. So make it as you wish. But this is one step. And then the second step, I feel like it changes everything, because when you're doing a manipulation and you're adding elements from different areas, like this photo can have a lot of texture, this photo can have like a little bit of grain, like another photo, maybe it's just like a very well focused, very well shot photo, HD, like really high quality. So what I do here is at the end of the whole process, I create a new layer, an empty layer, Control A to make a selection of everything, Shift F5 to open the fill box, and just add black into this. So I create a black layer, and then under the blending options, I go and put it at screen so it doesn't change anything. And then I go to filter, noise, add noise, Gaussian 5%. I think that's the perfect amount for my personal taste. And bam, you do that. It adds the noise. And if you think, oh, but that didn't change anything. Oh, it did, bitch. Oh, it for sure did. I'm gonna zoom in so you can clearly see. Can you see that? I think you can, right? Like the whole image, it looks, I don't want to say matte, but yeah, it kind of looks matte. So that brings all of the image together, in my opinion, and it helps you sell the image easier, like in the way of making it look realistic. That's my whole vibe. Then from here, honestly, I have two things, so I'm gonna put that there. And now do the same thing, Alt Shift Control E, and create a new layer. And I honestly, for Instagram, I just go here, quick export as JPEG. Honestly, that's all I do because I work at a 4:5 aspect ratio. But for me, I had to go to preferences. If I'm not mistaken, is export, right? Let me see. Yeah, so you go to edit, preferences, and then go to export. I chose JPEG because I feel like for Instagram, JPEG is the best one. It doesn't, it's already compressed, so Instagram will not compress your image further. And if you work at a ratio that works for Instagram already, that's gonna be the ideal. Quality, it's usually at 85. I pushed it to 100. And yeah, everything else is basically normal. Like you can see here, I'm working at 4000 by 5000, 300 DPI because I print my work. So the higher the DPI, the better quality I will get for print. And that's basically it. If you don't do it like that, you can always do an export as, and then it opens this little box over here, and you can test out like all the different sharpening modes, because all of them have like different sharpen levels. I think the automatic is totally fine. I don't feel like my images on Instagram look blurry at all. I felt that before. I think it probably was because I was working at a different aspect ratio. So ever since I changed to make my if I'm not working at a 4:5 aspect ratio, I will cut the image or crop it before I upload it to Instagram, and usually that fixes any problem I could have with Instagram, honestly. And I don't feel like I have to work at the 350 pixels by 1080. I feel like if I work at a higher resolution, it still works fine. I don't really look at my Instagram photos and think, oh, that looks blurry or that looks whatever. Like, I don't feel like it changes anything. I think if you add the right sharpening and you add a little bit of noise, it makes it pop on your Instagram. I feel like images that have highlights that make the whole image, like that push the image forward, really pop as well. So be mindful of that while you create. Do an aspect ratio that will work, or if you're not working on the right aspect ratio, cut the image before you try to upload it to Instagram. And yeah, like there's not really a secret for it. So this is how I do it. These are legit my specs, and yeah, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below with whatever questions you have for other tips, and I will see you tomorrow with another video. Okay, goodbye.